What's going on, guys? Let me go ahead and start with, yes, I'm wearing the same shirt 2 times in a row because, yeah, I didn't care today. I definitely need to jump in the shower. I had to run to town and take care of a few things, and, yeah, now I'm back and I'm about to jump in the shower. Something I ran across, and it boggles my mind that this has happened, and it is a little sad at the same time. The dude was going bonkers. I mean, it's not, I don't know what people think when they do the hard stuff and think they're just going to come out unscathed. There's a guy named Vitaly. If you don't know who he is, quick little lore drop. He was a pioneer, I guess, one of the few pioneers of like prank channels. And he really took the strides in being an idiot for pretty much some of his pranks. Now, to let you know a little bit extra about it, he is a man who started his whole career off as a porn star, like early on. And I think it's ironic he's trying to do OnlyFans. I never understood that. Call me crazy. But once you've done porn and you're pretty much out there, I don't see what OnlyFans is going to do for you. But, I mean, to each their own. You want to pay for titties and you want to pay for cock. Go ahead and do what you want to do. It's whatever. I'm not going to tell you to spend your money. I mean, I just bought a BB gun and I am 30 years old. So, spend your money how you want. Anyway, off from being sidetracked. The dude is, like, suffering or struggling right now, apparently. These clips is from TikTok. The only thing about it is the clips also come from... They're clips from his Kick. If you don't know what Kick is, it's kind of the new thing that's supposed to go up against Twitch. May or may not do better. I don't know. I haven't even looked to see if it's gaining steam, but that's besides the point. Vitaly has recently kind of spoken about being basically homeless. He was stating that he was going to do I think it was, oh, my brain's everywhere. He was going to do a live show or whatever, a stream. Jesus. A live stream with Dream, of all people. And that was just a few days ago. I want to say probably about roughly 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, damn near. But he was going to do something with him, and that's basically what these clips are showing. I thought it was kind of crazy. And if you don't know, what actually led up to this point is extreme drug use. And he even says, hey, don't do drugs. Yeah, no shit. I don't know anybody that's ever succeeded in any area I've ever met that's been on drugs, except for like Hollywood. And in Hollywood, usually you got residuals going if you've done at least one major movie at any point in time, and you might be able to correct your life. But overall, most people that get into drugs don't make it unless you're a rock star. It's about the only ones that make it. Even then, most of the money they get from anything they've made money off of goes straight right back into the drug habit. So I don't see how anybody telling somebody not to do drugs has ever worked, because people are going to do it anyway. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Probably a very negative opinion, I get, but that's what I've ever noticed. People are just going to do it anyway. But he was on a bender. He was going absolutely bonkers around April 2020. He literally kind of like leaped out of his house, either butt naked or in his underwear, and just started acting like a gorilla. And just started beating the shit out of her. And that's like, I know it's a rough way to put it, but yeah, that's what happened. He literally just started beating the shit out of this woman. And yeah, he got arrested. He got, fortunately, not a whole lot. Unfortunately, and to me, it was dismissed. I just had to read that to double check. But, he did hurt a lady, and I think it's bullshit that he didn't serve any time for it. It just got dismissed. Just paid a bond, and that was it. Well, that's what happens when you got money and you're like buddies with a damn attorney. But I think that's a little out of the way. But yeah, here's a clip that kind of has been brought to my attention. That's basically 2 clips that's showing basically where he's at and what he's been up to again.
Guys, we've been talking about live streaming for 6 fucking months, and Dream came out here on his own expense because he knows daddy's broke. He came out here. And he's literally doing this for me for free, and he's staying with one of his friends, not even me. I don't have a place. I've been fucking living in my G-Wagon sleeping that I haven't paid for I don't know how long. So that's life. I mean, don't do drugs, but sober gang, sober life is good. And not hopefully. When I'm on top again, I won't take shit for granted. I thought I could take a year, I'm the king, take a year off, come back. Now I know how social media works.
So yeah, as you can tell from that, it looks like he's pretty much homeless, living in G-Wagon. Which, honestly, if you own a G-Wagon, you could probably sell it and get a small house. Not where he lives at, but like where I'm at, you could probably sell a G-Wagon and get a small house. But he said he hasn't paid payments on it or hasn't paid on it in a long time. And I think it's odd that he's come to this point where he's literally homeless, and he's talking about going back to the top. I'm not saying that he can't make it back to the top. Just think it's unlikely because unfortunately I don't want to say he's going to fall, but look at Fousey Tube. I don't know how he keeps like scraping by the way he does, but he has all these mental episodes that happen all the time. And not to mention, if you haven't looked into it, and it happened before I even started, doing videos. He did that thing with that lady in a airport who was having a complete she was having an episode, and he capitalized on it, which probably the wrong way to put it, but yeah, he took advantage. Sorry, took advantage of that lady, and yeah, had sex with her after what she said, which was some pretty horrible shit. He took advantage of her, took her to the bathroom, and they had sex. So Fousey Tube is somehow still relevant in that sense. And Vitaly was like right there, buddy buddy with him, running, these fake pranks. And unfortunately, it's people like that. I think it's not that they're getting what they deserved. It's just I think he's getting more than what he deserved a little bit. I think he should have kind of disappeared and just lived off his money, of his shitty behavior, and that should have been it. But unfortunately, now he's homeless and he's trying to, scrape his way back out of it. And there's another clip where he starts talking about if he had better money.
If you sub up, you will help support me, and because of supporting me, I'm gonna do bigger streams. Like, Aiden, I love you. Kick, I love you. Thank you guys for giving this fucking platform. But if I have Aiden money, bro, dude, the streams I would be doing right now, half of Miami would be in explosions right now. Like, in a good way, you know what I mean? We wouldn't touch the people, It would be like, wow. Like, we would fucking shut the place down.
Yeah, as you can see, basically, if he had, Aiden Ross money, how great he would be doing now. It's like, when you had money is when you were doing all your bullshit. When you had money is when you were doing drugs. And you beat the hell out of a woman. I'm not saying people don't change, but I'm sorry, call me pessimistic, but people hardly change at all. And I know everybody knows somebody that changed. Congratulations, here's a cookie. But reality is, no, not everybody changes. So, I mean, you can quit trying to get throat fucked by your best friend that finally got out of, diddling out with the pixie fairies. It don't fucking matter. That's one person. Now, it's good when people do. Let me go ahead and say that. I will, kind of counter the whole negativity with the fact that when people do, it is something to be congratulated because it is almost an impossible thing to do. I've met many people in my family, around me, that I don't associate with, just for the sheer fact they do drugs. And once they've done drugs, they got right back on them, and they will time and time again. Pretty much, when they say it's better late than never, that's not entirely true. Not to me. If you have had kids and you're on drugs for 20 years and your kids have already graduated and they're probably on their way to have a family, well, you've lost all the important shit. I mean, yeah, you got some years left of their life, but like it's done. To me, it would be done with because you've already had, your excuse of why you would rather have, your addiction than trying to do better for your kids or family or whatever. I mean, you wouldn't have had custody of your kids, but it would have been a lot better to be sober and trying to be in their life. That's the better option. But let me try to get away from the dark part of that. Anyway, basically, yeah, Vitaly is trying to scrape his way back to the top. Now, to me, I don't think he deserves it because that was a very big downturn. While there is other YouTubers and, social influencers that are shitty with shitty behavior, obviously have done some shitty things, and I think they all deserve to, I say lose their platform naturally, not go get canceled, okay? I'm not advocating being canceled. I'm advocating that, they should get what they deserve, where people in themselves lose interest and they lose all their financial backing, because people like that should just go get a 9-to-5. They shouldn't be thinking they're above getting a 9-to-5, or I hate to say it, if he wants to go back to doing porn, he obviously has no shame in doing it, so you go right back to doing it. If that's the, your type of thought, I mean, you've already been willing to do it again, whatever. It's already over with. You did it. So, I mean, that would be a better chance than, I don't know, looking sad, honestly, because he's at the level of, like, Boogie, where Boogie is a little more pathetic because while he was doing good and he just blew his money on dumb shit, he literally was blowing his money. Like, it was an addiction, living on the top. This is what happens when you don't invest your money properly. I hate to say, but people like Logan and his brother, Logan, the Paul brothers, whatever, they invested their money pretty wisely, and they have people financially fixing them for them. So, they were a little smarter with their money. And Vitaly is the complete opposite. He ruined his life. Now he's on kick, trying to stretch money, trying to make it work, and maybe it'll work for him. I'm probably just one of those people that's not going to be in his corner. I'm going to be honest. I don't care what he does. He made an ass of himself, and there was a victim in that, and I do not feel sorry for people who victimize somebody, and that's exactly what happened. So that's all I can say about that. You can like, share, subscribe, let me know what you think, and yeah, that's about all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.